Hi, this is Richard Flax at Moneyfarm with our regular monthly briefing. This month we're going to focus on earnings, economics and elections. First, on corporate earnings. Analysts are currently raising their estimates for corporate earnings in the US and Europe. That's often a positive signal for equities. It's not all positive news. Earnings estimates are still coming down in the UK and emerging markets, albeit at a slower pace than before. In general, corporate profitability has held up pretty well during this period of slower economic growth, and we think that's been a key driver for equity market returns. As we look ahead, we think lower interest rates and the prospect of stronger growth could help to support earnings going forward. Second, on economics. As usual, the focus here is on economic growth and inflation. On the growth side, the most recent macro data has been a bit mixed. Manufacturing data from the US, for instance, came in a bit weaker than expected, suggesting that the economy there is beginning to slow. Data from Europe remains decent, but compared to lower expectations. On the inflation side, it's a slow process to get back to the 2% target that most central banks focus on. Eurozone inflation came in slightly above forecasts at 2.6% year on year in the most recent release. The real issue around inflation is in services, which remain pretty sticky in Europe and the US. We guess that the ECB will still cut its policy rate this month, but it's tough to see a significant decline in that policy rate over the course of 2024, given where inflation is. Third, on elections. Obviously, there's a lot of attention on the elections in the UK and the US, but we've already seen some notable elections in India, Mexico and South Africa. Each result has brought some measure of market volatility. In India, markets cheered the prospect of a decisive victory for Modi, but have drifted back on concerns that his victory was less decisive than initially hoped. In Mexico, a stronger than expected result for Claudia Sheinbaum raised concerns that she could introduce more left-leaning reforms. While in South Africa, a weaker than expected result from the ruling ANC party has left investors with the prospect of a coalition government, and no clear sense yet as to whether the outcome would be positive or negative for financial assets. Different elections and different market reactions. In general, we're wary of trying to call elections, either the outcome or the market reaction to a result. But it's a reminder that government policy is still an important driver for financial markets. And that's something we'll continue to debate as we look ahead to the elections in the UK and the United States. Thanks for listening and look forward to speaking with you again soon.